Guys, and welcome back to my read long channel. I am sorry for the hiatus. It has been so busy. I have been away on holiday. I got back yesterday, but I haven't been able to upload these until a little bit later on because we've had no Wi-Fi and it's been really crazy. So I have been recording these ready to spam you with some read-alongs. So without further ado, today we are reading The Dare Game, Tracy Beaker is Back by Jaqueline and we are reading the next chapter. This is Jacqueline Wilson's own work. I'm just reading it for entertainment and pleasure. So we are going to get going, and this chapter is called The Garden Home. We thought he was dead. He was still lying motionless when we hurtled downstairs out the back window into the overgrown garden. His skinny arms and legs spread wide. "Alexander," I cried. "He's cocked it," said Football, and he started to snuffle. "I've murdered poor little Gherkin." "You're never to call me Gherkin again," Alexander squeaked in a little mouse voice. We fell on him, hugging him like he was our dearest friend. "Careful," said Alexander. "I've probably broken my neck and my arms and legs and all my ribs." "Does it hurt terribly?" I said, taking his little hand in mine. "I'm not sure," said Alexander. "I feel weird, like I can't feel anything properly yet, but I can think it might hurt a lot when I can." "What do you mean you can't feel anything?" "Oh no, he's paralysed," said Football. I tickled the backs of Alexander's knees and he squealed and kicked. "No, he's not," I said. "Do you know what the most amazing thing ever?" Alexander wasn't hurt at all. He didn't break so much as a fingernail. He stared at him in awe, wondering how he could possibly have survived that great drop unscathed. I always thought there was something not quite human about Alexander. Perhaps he was really an alien from another planet. That would explain a lot. But the real reason for Alexander's remarkable survival only became apparent when he very gingerly got onto all fours and then stood up. He had fallen onto an old discarded mattress. "You must be the luckiest kid ever, though you might have a flea bite or two," said Football. "I think I might have hurt myself somewhere," said Alexander, sounding wistful. "This leg feels a bit odd. It's throbbing. I think I could have broken it, definitely." "You couldn't have possibly broken your leg," said Football. "You'd be like," he mimed a footballer writhing on his back. "You'd have to be stretched off. Maybe I'm just better at putting up with the pain," said Alexander, experimenting with a limp. "It was the other leg you were rubbing a minute ago." "Perhaps I've broken both," said Alexander persisted. You haven't broken anything at all, and I'm glad, Alexander," I said, giving him another hug. "Yeah, me too," Football said gruffly. "And you won't call me the G word ever again?" "Right, because I did almost do the dare, didn't I?" said Alexander. "Maybe I am Alexander the Great." "You're Alexander the Small," said Football, patting him. "You're Football the ever so tall," said Alexander. He turned to me. "And you're Trace, who wins the race." "Okay, and we're all friends now," said Alexander. "Yes, of course we are," I said. "Alexander, stop limping. There's nothing the matter with your leg." "There is," said Alexander. "If I've got a broken leg, I won't have to do PE at school." "You're never at school anyway," I said. "No, but I might have to be soon," said Alexander, sighing. "They wrote a letter to my mum and dad and they went nuts. My dad says he's going to escort me to school himself." "You're going to enjoy that," I said. "So it's just going to be you and me hanging out at the house, Tracy," said Football. "Well, I can't, can I? Not if I'm at my mum's. I'll be moving right away. Hey, Mum's flat is incredible. You should see all the stuff she's got." They didn't seem that interested. "You'll just muck it all up anyway," said Football. "No, I won't. I've got it all sussed out. I'm going to dust all her dinky little ornaments and vacuum the carpets, and Mum will think I'm so useful. She'll never ever get fed up with me and send me away again. I'm going to be my mum's little treasure," I declared. "I don't know why you want to go and stay with her," said Football. "You must be mad." "She is mad, isn't she, Gherkin?" You're not to call me that," Alexander said, stamping his foot. "Ouch, that was my bad leg. Sorry, but she is mad, isn't she?" said Football. Alexander glanced at me nervously, but nodded. "Who cares what you two think?" I said fiercely. They were wrong. I wasn't bad. Any girl would want to live with their mum, even a girl who's already had a sort of mum. I haven't written much about Cam recently. There have been lots and lots of Cam bits. I haven't felt like writing them. Writers can't put everything down. If you started writing everything exactly as it happened, you'd end up with a page after page about opening your eyes and snapping down in bed after for another 5 minutes and then brushing your teeth and playing games and squeezing your name out in paste and seeing what you look like with a toothbrush moustache. Well, you'd need a whole new chapter before you'd even got started on breakfast. Writers have to be selective, that's what Mrs. Vomit Bagley says. Did I put that? She's got wonderfully unfortunate teeth. She spits a little bit whenever she says an S word. If she's standing too near you, then you're not wondrously fortunate, because you get a little spray of Phoebe's saliva all over your face. Not that this has happened to me recently, as I've hardly been at school. I've just been bunking off to go to the house. They'll be getting in touch with Cam any minute. Maybe it's just as well I'm going off to my mum's. No, it's weller than well. I can't wait. I wish it wasn't being done in all these daft stages. Elaine says I can go for a week. I can't see why I can't go forever right away. All this packing and unpacking is starting to get on my nerves. Cam said she'd help me pack, but then she kept saying that I didn't need this and I didn't need that, and I said it would be sensible to take nearly all my stuff, seeing as I'd be staying there permanently soon. Permanently was a very dramatic sort of word. It was like it bounced backwards and forwards between us long after I'd said it, as if it was knocking us both on the head. Then Cam blinked hard and said, "Right, yes, of course, okay," and a quick gabble, shoving all my stuff in a suitcase while I said, "Perhaps it's a bit daft, and anyway, my mum will probably buy me all sorts of new stuff, designer Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, NYDK, yes, you keep saying DKNY, honestly, you don't know anything, Cam," I said, exasperated. "I know one thing," I said Cam. "I'm going to miss you, kid." I swallowed hard. "Well, I'll miss you too, I expect." I hated the way she was looking at me. It wasn't fair. "Fostering isn't like permanent," I said. "They told you that right at the beginning, didn't they?" "They told me," said Cam. She picked up one of my old t-shirts and hung onto it like it was a cuddle blanket, but I didn't really get what it would feel like. "I'm sorry, Cam," I said. "I am, really, but I've got to be with my mum." "I know," said Cam. She hesitated. She looked down at the t-shirt as if I was inside it. "But Tracy, don't get too upset if it doesn't quite work out the way you want. It is working out. I know, and it's great that you're being reunited with your mum, but maybe you'll find it won't end like a fairy tale story, happy ever after, forever and ever." It will. She just doesn't want it to. It will end happily ever after. You wait and see," I said, pulling my t-shirt away from her and stuffing it in my suitcase with all the others. "Tracy, I know." "You don't know anything," I interrupted. "You don't know my mum, you don't even know me properly. It's not like we've been together for ages and ages. I don't see why you have to be so shaking your head and giving me all these little warnings about it not working out. You obviously think I'm so horrible and bad and difficult that my mum will get sick of me in 2 seconds. I don't think that at all, and you're not horrible and bad and difficult. Well, you are, but you can be great too. It's just that even if you're the greatest kid in the whole world and behave beautifully with your mum, it still might not work out. Your mum isn't used to kids." "Neither were you, but you took me on." "Ah," I had a sudden idea. "You can take some other kid now." "I don't want some other kid," said Cam. She put her arm around me. "I want you." I could hardly breathe. I wanted to cuddle close and hang on to her and tell her all sorts of stupid things, but I also wanted to shove her hard and shout at her for spoiling my big chance to get back to my mum. I wriggled away from her and went on packing my suitcase. "If you really wanted me, you'd have made far more fuss in the first place," I said, tucking my scrubby old trainers under my grungy chain-store denims. "You'd have bought me decent clothes and proper presents." "Oh, Tracy, don't start," said Cam, suddenly cross. She got up and started marching round my back cave in an agitated fashion like she was a dog with fleas. "You've hardly given me anything," I said. I crossed too. "I've never known anyone so stingy, and yet look at all the stuff my mum's given me." "A doll," said Cam, picking it up. She held it at arm's length. "Yes, but it's not like any old doll. It cost a fortune. It's not a little kid's doll, it's a collector's item." She gave it me like an ornament. "Lots of grown-up ladies have doll collections. You won't understand." I sneered at Cam in her own old plaid shirt and baggy jeans. "You're not that sort of lady." "Thank God," said Cam. "I don't fit in here, Cam, not with you, or Jane and Liz, and all your other stupid friends. I fit with my mum, her and me, my relatives. You're just my foster mum. You just get paid to look after me, that's all." I bet that's why you're making all the fuss, because you'll miss the cash when I'm gone. Think that if you want, Tracy, said Cam in this irritated Martian voice. It's true. Okay, said Cam, folding her arms. It isn't okay, I said, stamping my foot. I don't know what you do with the money. It isn't like you spend it on me. That's right, said Cam, in this mad line. There, I'll agree with whatever you say, stupid fool voice. It's wrong, and I'm sick of it, I shouted. Do you know something? Even if it doesn't work out on my mum, I still don't want to come back here. I'm sick of this boring old dump. I'm sick of you. Well, clear off then, you ungrateful little beast. I'm sick of you too, Cam yelled, and she banged out of the back cave in tears. There, that's what she thinks of me. Well, see if I care. Ungrateful. Why do I always have to be grateful to people? Kids are always expected to be grateful. It's hateful being grateful. It's not fair. I'm supposed to be grateful to Cam for looking after me, but I'm not allowed to look after myself, though I could, easy peasy. I'm supposed to be grateful for my yucky veggie meals. She hardly ever takes me to McDonald's, and my unstylish chain store clothes. No wonder they pick on me at school. And my boring old books. Honestly, have you tried reading Little Women? Who cares if Jo was Cam's all-time favourite book character? And trips to the museum. Okay, I like seeing the mummies and the little hunched-up dead man, but all those pictures and pots were the pits. If I could only earn my money, I could buy all the stuff I really need. It's not fair that kids aren't allowed to work. I'd be great flogging stuff down the market or selling ice creams or working in a nursery. If I could only get a job, I could eat Big Macs and French fries every day and wear designer from top to toe. Yeah, especially my footwear. And buy all the videos and computer games I want and take a trip to Disneyland. Yeah, I bet my mum will take me to Disneyland if I ask her. It is going to end like a fairy story. I'm going to live happily ever after. I am. Even football doesn't think so. I hate him. No, I don't. I quite like him in a weird sort of way. I'm worried about him. He's not going to live happily ever after. I went to our house to say goodbye to football and Alexander, seeing as I'm going to my mum's. Alexander wasn't there. I didn't think football was either. I went into the house and there was no sign of anyone, and no provisions in the cardboard fridge either. I checked upstairs and looked out the window at the tree. My knickers were still up there. The tree seemed a long way from the window. We were all crazy. I looked down from my heart thudding when I thought of Alexander, and then I screamed. Someone was lying spread-eagled on the mattress. Someone bigger than Alexander. Someone wearing last year's football strip. Football, I yelled, and hurtled back inside the house and out of the back window and down the overgrown garden to the mattress. Football, 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 I cried, standing over his still sprawled body. He opened his eyes and peered at me. Tracy? Oh, football, you're alive, I cried, going down on my knees beside him. Oh, Tracy, I didn't know you cared, he said, giggling. I gave him a quick flick around the face. Quit that, idiot. Did you fall? I'm just having a little lie down. I touched his arm. He was icy cold, and his shirt was damp. Have you been here all night? You're crazy. Yeah, that's me. Mad, nuts, totally out of it. You are, I said. You'll make yourself ill. So what? You won't be able to play football. Sure I will. He reached for his football at the edge of the mattress and threw it in the air. He tried to catch it, but it bounced off his fingertips into the undergrowth. Football swore, but didn't bother to get up. He lay where he was, flicking his dad's lighter on and off, above his head. His coordination was lousy. You'll drop it and set yourself alight, you nutter. Stop it. I'm warming myself up. I'll warm you up. I rubbed his icy arms and blue fingers. He held onto my hands, pulling me down beside him. What are you playing at? Keep me company, eh, Tracy? Can't we go in warm? I like it cold, kind of numb. Yeah, you're a numbskull, I said, but I lay down properly on the smelly old mattress. It was so damp it seemed to be seeping right through my back. I feel as if I'm being pulled down, down, down into the earth, I said, wriggling. Yeah, let's stay down here together, eh? You and me in our own little world. I wondered about staying in this garden home forever. Football and I would lie on our backs and on the mattress like marble statues on the tomb, and ivy would grow over us and squirrels would scamper past and birds nest in our hair and we wouldn't move a muscle, totally out of it. But I want to be in it. I want to be in it. I've got the fairy tale ending of my story. I'm all set to live happily ever after. Come on, getting up time. Let's play football. I found the ball and bounced it at Football's head and bring him to his senses. Football scrambled to his feet, swearing. He tried to grab the ball, but I was too quick for him. I'm Tracy Beaker the Great, and I'm running like the wind. And wow, I've got the ball. Get out of it. I'm the greatest, Football said. He tried to tackle me. His great boot kicked me, and instead of the ball, ow, my ankle. You're the greatest, biggest booted bully. I'm sorry, Football peered at my leg. Red, he said, sounding puzzled. It's blood. I didn't mean to, Football mumbled. Oh, yes, I said, busy dabbing, mopping, like you had no control whatsoever over your foot. It just developed this wicked will of its own and forged a huge lump out of my flesh. It hurts. I'm really, really sorry, Tracy. Football looked like he was nearly in tears. I'd never tried to hurt you. You mean a lot to me, kid. Tracy? He tried to put his arm round me. I dodged underneath. Get off me! Go on, you know you like me too. Not when you're all damp and smelly. Yuck, you don't half need a bath, Football. Don't nag at me. You sound like my mum. You're all the same. Nag, moan, whinge. Think I really care about you? You're mad. I don't want you one little bit. No one wants you, Tracy Beaker. My mum wants me, I yelled. I roared it so loudly the birds flew into the air in terror, and people stopped dead in their tracks all over town, and cars ran into each other, and aeroplanes stalled in the sky. My mum wants me! My mum wants me! And that is the end of that chapter, guys. So we are on the next chapter when we come back to the next video, and that's going to be called Mum's Home, and then in brackets again, that's on page 183. Today we have read from 165 to 183, so that's pretty good going. But until the next time, guys, thank you for listening, and goodbye.